All right. Well, hey everybody, what's up? This is Dallas Doan Live. How's everybody doing? So here, what we'll be doing is I'll be chit-chatting with you in chat. Any questions and stuff like that, I'll go over in chat and while I do my 3D art. Now, for those who aren't live, who can't come here, watch me on Twitch, it's okay because I'll be posting all this stuff up on YouTube on the following Monday. Now, if that's something that interests you, please follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, well, let's art. Let's art this up here. So we got Substance Painter. Do you want the content of this actual plugins? Yes, please do so. So for some of you who might have noticed, I have like the quality of my webcam, the quality, oh my god, what am I doing? The quality of my webcam, the quality of the audio should be like way better than last week's because I brought my full setup here to work. I brought in my mic, I brought in my high quality cam. So everything should be at a higher quality, I hope. And I keep forgetting that you guys can see everything on my screen. I'm so used to being able to do this on my second monitor and not have this intrude on everything. So it's a little bit weird. My computer is taking its time right now to load a bunch of stuff, and it's probably because it's doing a bunch of things right now. It's running Substance Painter right now. It's updating, it looks like, I think. Can I pause these updates? I really wish I can. Let's see here. Play. Oh, never mind. Everything's all paused. I'm gonna load up my scene here. Nope. Milk Chew. Wow, that's a long time ago since I've done that one. So I'm hearing little pings, and I'm thinking that it's the that's you all messaging me in Twitch chat, but I don't think that's the case right now. So this is the Unreal. Ooh, I'm noticing that my font is a little bit blurry, so I found out how to fix that. Like things just aren't looking crisp and clear. For you, you might not see the difference because, I mean, when I'm streaming, it's compressed or whatever. So I'm just going to fix that. Yeah, things are looking, the text is looking blurry, and I'm pretty sure that's because of this. Where is that? Unreal. Where's my Unreal launcher? Oh, here it is. You just got to go to right click. I don't know why Windows 10 does this. Go to properties, and then you just go to, was it details? No, security, compatibility. And then you go disable display scaling, apply that. So now when you launch, let me just exit this for now. So now when you launch Epic Games Launcher, or anything, right? My Google Chrome was doing this as well. Let me just do this. See, so now the text already I can tell is way more crisp, like all the icons, stuff like that, way more crisp. Yeah, just everything's a little bit more crisp. I mean, like I said, you might not notice it because, again, when I'm live streaming, everything's compressed. So it doesn't look like there's much of a difference. Here it looks so nice and beautiful. All right, so this is where I'm at right now with the car. So for last week, this was not textured yet. This was in the UVing phase, and I didn't want to bore the crap out of you guys with just UVing, spending all that time UVing. So I had gone forward and finished UVing, and I actually started doing some texturing on here. So now it's mostly just some more detailing work that I'm going to be doing on this car. But most importantly, I want to see this in game already before I get into too much details, and I want to start composing everything so that it looks a little bit nicer. So we're going to do that today. It's not loading up my scene. Sorry, this is not going as smoothly as I wanted to. What is this? Uploading parking lot. Okay. All right, so let's load up the scene, show you what we have. I really hope you can see the difference now. I mean, things definitely, at least on my end, looks a lot more clear. All right, I'm gonna move this chair down a bit. And when I move that down, obviously I need to move the cam down a tad bit. There we go. All right. So this is the car. Obviously the car, this is an old version that I haven't updated yet. So I need to go in, update this car with the new stuff. So I'm just gonna quickly show you that. So let's load up Maya. So I got a lot of programs open right now, which is definitely gonna cause some issues, maybe. But yeah, so right now I'm kind of just blocking in some colors, blocked in some assets, right? So I blocked in like this pipe that I want. I need to block in this pipe soon. I blocked in these pillars, and I'm still gonna continue going to block more stuff in, putting in some more base textures soon. Maybe next week I'll work in some substance, just kind of in Substance Designer, create some like concrete or something like that, show you how that process would go. But so far this is kind of the scene. I do feel like it's really bland, unfortunately. Like it doesn't really tell a fun story right now, and I don't know if I'll have time to go in and make it more interesting. But we'll see. We'll see how much time I want to put into this scene, and hopefully I will go back and work on it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not 100% sure how much time I want to put into here. I want to move on to another project that I've been working on as well on the side, and I think that it might be interesting for everybody to kind of check it out. Okay, so like I was saying before, I didn't want to bore you guys with all the UVing stuff, but I did learn a lot of cool new tricks, so I would definitely want to go over those the next time I do some UVing. I also know that we had a question. I think Optic 500 had a question, so I want to go over that question as well. Okay, so right now my computer is super slow. I think it doesn't help that I have two Unreals open. So let me close down a couple programs. I think right now with OBS and Maya running, I think it's just lagging the crap out of everything. And I'm just gonna pause all these. I need to pause all these. Pause everything. Thank you, Steam. All right, Maya, thank you for responding. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to, I need to open up the scene. No, actually, hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. So the question was, every time, so he had, I think, a cube or something. So this is just gonna be an example. This was about duplicate special, and how every time he does a duplicate special to the other side, there's a hole in between. So I'm just going to multi-cut, put it at 50%, do another multi-cut here. And what I'm gonna do, actually I'll do another multi-cut here. So to fix that, and usually when that happens, it's because, I'm just gonna go to vertice, just gonna go something like this. Okay, so usually what happens, and this is like very obvious, most of the time it won't be this obvious. It'll be, it'll be something like maybe like that. Okay, where it's like very, very subtle, like you can't tell that. I mean, like, okay, it's just an example. Okay, so what you're gonna do is so this is the problem that he's having, he or she. Duplicate special, instance or copy, whichever. This is on the x-axis, so we're gonna go -1, right? So duplicate special. Okay, no, hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, hold on. So now let me freeze the transformations first. So to freeze transformations, because now we have all these weird scales and stuff like that, so it's going to screw things up. So you got to go to modify, go to freeze transformations, and then we're going to delete some of the history. Delete history. So now if I go to duplicate special, and then I go -1. Okay, no, that's not working. I think it's supposed to be scale. What am I doing? Hold on. Scale to the -1. Okay, so now you notice that there's a hole there, right? So to fix that, okay, you need to make sure. So there's different ways to do this, right? You can also go to mesh, and then you can go to mirror, and you're going to have the same issue. You're going to mirror at negative, and then you're going to mirror it. Now that fixed it, and I'll tell you why. Because in the options here in mirror, it's what is it, merge or something? Merge border vertices, right? So if you go like this, then you'll have that. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure that your vertices are completely snapped and aligned. Okay, so use the snapping grid, move it, make sure that everything is completely snapped right to the x-axis, or else you're gonna have weird problems. Okay, so now if you go duplicate special, right, and you're gonna be fine now. Okay, so now if you go like that, you're gonna be fine. Like that, you're gonna be fine. Now, so there's different ways you can do this. So you can do it that way. Okay. What you also could do is, let's go to polygons, go cube. I'm gonna scale this up so you can see it. Let's go 2. And let's go back and freeze all these transformations. Again, I normally have hotkeys for everything, but because I am trying to make this as educational as possible, I'm actually going through the menus and showing you guys everything. And then edit, delete by all, history. Okay, so you have this cube. Another thing you can do is you can go to model toolkit, turn on symmetry, turn on object X. Right, now what this does is, now when you model something, it's going to be symmetrical. How you know that you're in symmetrical mode is when you hover over the vertex or an edge, it's going to highlight as blue. Okay, so 2 different options on how you want to do things. So if you were like, all right, cool, this is awesome, this is what I want, and then you go duplicate special, for example, and then you go translate on the z-axis, and let's go like -10 or something, right? Duplicate special. Now, if you move vertex here, it's gonna do it to all of them. Okay, so just a few options there on how you might want to tackle things. Okay, so I just wanted to cover that for Optic 500. I know that he was waiting for that response in a while. And then you can turn off symmetry by just going to symmetry off. All right, so that is that for that. So let's go back to. So right now I'm using this chat program. I really hope that it's working, because right now I don't see. Oh, why did I close my? I needed it. I needed my. Where's my, there's my, so I'm gonna reload up my, sorry about that. Things are not going as smooth as I want. And I only have myself to blame, to be honest with you. Last night, I was super tired. By the time I got home, I like passed out. And I didn't get to load up all the stuff and make sure that everything worked. Which means that the YouTube video is going to be very, very... there's not going to be too many things I'm going to be cutting for the YouTube video. Alright, so here we go. Let's load up my Camaro scene. So what I'm doing here is I want to import my new UV Camaro. And then I'm going to make materials and stuff like that in Unreal, and I want to see it in Unreal. So I'm going to load up my scene here. There we go. Now, heads up, okay, the wireframes and stuff like that for this is not the greatest. Okay, I know that it's not the greatest. If this was in a production setting, I would go back and clean the crap out of this car. But again, this is for a personal project. This is me just learning the ropes, practicing my sub-D modeling and all that stuff. So things might not be as clean as it should be. So just wanted to give that disclaimer. Things are still loading. So yeah, something that I've learned about this laptop is even though it's a very strong laptop, it's struggling with streaming and working in it, which is not good, which usually typically means that I need to either stop streaming on my laptop, which really sucks for you guys because that means that my schedule is going to be even more out of whack. But maybe I just need to be a little more patient. I don't know. Okay. So let's go to my outliner here. What is all this stuff? Initial particle SE. Let's delete all this stuff. I don't know if I need all this stuff. Okay, so dev art. So we got the low poly car here. Low poly. It's 54K. Not very low poly at all. So let me export this out. Export selection. So with all the UVs and stuff. We're gonna go to parking lot. Public parking lot. I should probably put this in my shortcuts. Right, so that's how you add folder bookmarks. Okay, just drag and drop. Just makes things a lot easier. Real parking lot, content, content. And props, and then we're gonna go to FBX Camaro. Okay, hold on. Before I do that, I want to make sure I go through all of these settings with everyone. So for me, I'm modeling in meters, and Unreal likes what's that called? Unreal likes centimeters. So you have to make sure that you set everything to centimeters. Or else it just doesn't like it. When it comes to geometry, smooth mesh, like these are the options that I've found. It seems to work really well with Unreal, so it's just a heads up there. I think that's pretty much the things that I have. So I'm just gonna export that. There we go. So in Unreal now, if Unreal would let me. So what's happening right now, it's probably uploading onto Dropbox and it's doing all these things. It still says that my stream is healthy, which is good. Okay. So yeah, so now it's just processing and doing a bunch of stuff. So there we go. So the new car is in. You can tell just by the lights that are in there. But now it's missing its materials. So I have to go in, make sure I add some materials in here. So let's go to content, let's go to materials, and I need to create some new materials. So to create a new material, I'm just going to right click in the content folder. I'm going to go to material here, and I'm going to call this car body underscore matte. And then I need to create, because I have two materials, I have a wheels material as well, so I'm just going to go wheel underscore matte. There we go. I actually don't have any, what's that called? I don't actually have textures yet for it, so I'm going to go through that as well. So I just created two wheel materials and stuff like that there. I'm going to load up the actual asset, which is the car. And I'm going to load up the Camaro here. And I'm going to, so here's the Camaro. It's super black. So what I'm going to do is in here, I'm going to drag and drop the materials. So car body will be that one. And then where is wheel? So it should be wheel matte. There we go. Okay, so this way when I upload stuff into the textures, it'll automatically load. So let's do that. So just at first glance, this is looking pretty decent. I should build the lights so you can see it all. But let's load up Substance right now. And let's export out the texture that I currently have, just to kind of see how this all looks in action. I don't think I need Maya right now, so I'm just going to save Maya. And I'm just going to close it, just to give my computer some more resources, because it seems like it's struggling right now. All right. Doesn't seem like there's any questions right now. Stream is pretty quiet today, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. It means I get to just focus a little bit more on what I'm doing, making sure that I'm being as thorough as possible. All right, so this is the car. So again, I have two car materials here. Right now I have everything as 2K textures. So I'm just going to export out the textures that I currently have. And I have 2K textures right now. For now, I'm going to move everything to Unreal Engine packed. What that's going to do is it's going to give me a few things. It's going to give me base color, occlusion, roughness, metal, normal, and emissive. I'm not using emissive currently, so I won't be needing that, but it's fine. It's going to create it anyways. I'm going to also make these targas. So where's the targa? I'm also going to put these in the right folder. So I'm going to go to my Dropbox. There's my Dropbox, my public. Go to Camaro 2016. Go to my, oh, I don't have, oh no, what am I doing? I need to go to my parking lot. Parking lot, content, materials. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check. I don't want just spam everywhere. Public, parking lot, content. Where am I putting my, so this is where my materials are. Where am I putting my textures? I don't think I have any textures. Okay, so I might have to make a textures folder. Materials, so I might have to make a textures folder. Okay. Let's go textures. Cool. Content, textures folder, select this folder. And so car matte, wheels matte should be okay. Is that what it's going to call it? It's going to call it low car. Low car, texture set. I'm wondering if I can change that. If I go to Unit, Unreal, Mesh, so I can remove. Is it letting me? Yep. So I'm just going to remove the mesh name. And I'm just gonna keep texture set. So I'm just gonna delete like that. And then currently I don't need an emissive, so I'm wondering if I can just, I'll keep the emissive for now. Okay, cool. So now we're back here. So now it should just be, oh, did I save it? No, there's no save. Okay, so now if I export, let it do its thing. It's already been half an hour. My God. It finished with some warnings. Interesting. What are the warnings? So let's open up the folder. See, so the car mat 1 instead of, what's that called? Instead of, what's that, it's not ringing a bell? Instead of low car or whatever it was before. Okay, so in Unreal now, it should have imported in all this stuff as well. Okay, so now it's got my base color, my normal, and my roughness. I think it's smart enough actually. Okay, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Substance Painter knew that I didn't have an emissive map. Didn't even bother exporting it. Algorithmic. You guys are bomb. You guys are bomb. Okay, so now we need to go back to our materials, okay? So our materials here. So let's go to our materials. Let's go to our car body material. So I'm actually going to minimize this so that it's easy for me to show. So this is going to be super small, but it's okay. And we're going to go back to textures, and now we have color, normal, and the occlusion, roughness, metal. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to hook up all this stuff. So base color, we're going to hook it up into here. And then for normal, we're going to plug this into normal. And then, so occlusion, which is the red channel. So there's 3 channels inside this packed texture. So occlusion, roughness, metal, ORM. Okay, that's what Painter and Unreal likes to pack things. So O is occlusion, so we're going to go to ambient occlusion. And then green is R, so roughness. And then blue is metal. Okay, so now this should update there. And let's save this car mat material. Okay. Now I'm noticing that this car is not updating. Oh, there we go. It's just not updating in the viewer yet. Maybe I need to replace that Camaro with the new one. I don't know, because it should be replacing it. It's okay. Regardless, let's just do it. I'll just do it myself since Unreal doesn't want to do this for me. So there we go. So right now it's looking super shiny and it's really dark, right? But then again, I need to rebuild my lights, so I won't judge it just yet. But this is why it's really important to kind of test everything out in here. Inside your scene, make sure that the lighting and everything is good. So this is my wheel, color, wheel normal, and then wheel ORM map. So same thing, I'm just gonna hook up base color, normal map, and then occlusion, roughness, and then metal. There we go. So I'm just gonna save that. So we got our wheel, got our car body all going in there, just letting it save here. All right, I'm just gonna close this up. We are going to apply the wheel matte here. So now we got this going on. Let's go to, So we got everything. Let me just quickly build the lights. So it's just building. I've noticed now that the viewers, you guys, you don't get to see the progress and stuff like that. You don't get to see the bar because my webcam, I believe, is like covering it. Yeah, so that's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, it's right now just doing some rendering. This is the perfect time for me to check up on chat. See if there's any questions. Doesn't look like there's any questions currently. So that's cool. So it says right here, one map needs relighting. Oh no, okay, never mind. It's still building. So yeah, this is pretty intensive, right? For my computer, it's like building lights, it's streaming live. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free, message me here. I do worry that that chatty is not working, but I could be completely wrong. Okay, so let's apply now, and then let's see how our car looks like in the scene. And then we can make adjustments accordingly. Whoa, this is completely wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, so first things first is this is super, either this is super dark, right? I feel like this is super dark, or the lighting is just super dark. And I need to put some more lights in here because this is a very, because the car is looking like pretty dark, and I might need to put some spotlights or something in here to kind of like light the car a little bit nicer. So I might have to go and do that. Let's see, so let's add some spotlights or something into the scene just to see if this works. Like, we don't know if this is going to work or not. Now that's going to cause that light to kind of error out because it's really close to it, but it's okay. Oh, sorry. So spotlight, I need to rotate you. So right now that's obviously like super powerful, so we'll have to dim that down a little bit more. Right, so that is definitely a little bit more of what we're going for. I still feel like, now let's look at some of my reference here. This shows a lot more details right now. I don't know if I want shadows on this because it's just going to be like a, no, you want shadows, you want shadows. This is super intense though, which is the problem. And it's completely white, which just doesn't look realistic. So let's go something like that. Intensity is really high, so let's lower down the intensity here. Intensity is at 5,000. Let's go 1,000. Nope, a little bit too light. Something like that, maybe 2,000 might be worth it. Now this light is becoming irrelevant because of the strong spotlight. So maybe we move this as like a fill light. And these tinted windows are killing me. They're too tinted. So I gotta start thinking about what I want to do with that, because at the moment it's just way too tinted, and it's killing me. It's killing me. Don't like it. So the shininess is not bad. The reflection. Let's see here. Let's get some more Let's get some more reflection in here. So yeah, it's not looking bad. This spotlight definitely helps out a lot. Now, I don't know, is it because this is now fighting with this? Maybe. If I move this to static, does this make things better? I don't think so. Let's make this static. Nope, I think maybe this one is causing problems. Static. No. So these are static, but still causing problems. Maybe it's because, okay, hold on. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. I made these all static, so I'm going to put these back to stationary. And I'm going to rebuild this light here. Let's go back and look at the actual camera. So I have a main camera here. So that's what the main camera looks like. I almost feel like I gotta rotate this car a little bit more. Something like that maybe. No. I think that looks okay. I feel like maybe I need to move this so that's off center a bit. And I might have to move the camera actually. I feel like the camera right now is so centered. This car is way too centered, I feel too. So I gotta figure a way to compose this so that it's a little bit more interesting. So let me just quickly go to the camera, wherever the camera is. And let's pin this camera. And now if I move this camera a little more like that, I feel like maybe it's good to maybe I frame it. Maybe I can frame. Let me get rid of this angle snapping here so it's nice and free flowing. Like have these pillars as like the frame for the camera, and then maybe move it up like this maybe, and then maybe have the car pushed back like it's coming out of the driveway or something, right? Maybe I have this lower, pushed forward, right? Lower here, angle it up a little bit, something like that. I think something like that might be a little bit better for framing, composition wise and everything. And then this car like just came out of the stall or something, right? So just a rule of thirds, just kind of having it right into the third here. Now this does open things up over here, so I might have to think about ways to kind of fill in this gap, fill in this area a little bit more. But we'll leave it for now. I want to unpin it so that I can actually work. So that we have that. Let's rebuild the lights. Hold on, let me just save everything. Let's go File, Save All. This might take some time. And then let's build out the lights, because let's build out the lights. And let's check up on chat. Still no chat today. It's okay. Exporting lights. Let's go. So I'll be streaming for another 20 minutes or so. And then, yeah, so next week I might do some more Substance Painter stuff. Actually, by next week, I'll probably be finished this scene, I think. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I guess for now, I can kind of quickly go through some of my Substance Painter stuff. Again, this is just, I did a lot of just nothing fancy, you know, kind of just put on a decent base onto this car. Right now, inside the scene, it's completely clean, right? So I need to go in and I need to make unclean versions of this, like an unclean version of the car. So make like dirt and stuff like that come up, put like some smoke marks and stuff like that around here, make the tires and stuff like that dirty, make the rims a bit dirtier, make the door, like everything at the bottom a little bit dirtier. So I'm going to definitely do that, but first things first is I want to make a clean version, and then I'll make a dirty version. Now, like I was saying before, this is killing me. Like this completely tinted windows thing that's killing me. So I might actually go in and model some like seats and a steering wheel or something like that, just to kind of create that illusion that there's an actual inside, because right now it's not looking very good. So let's apply the new lighting. So you might see me do some more modeling next week. I don't know, we'll see. Severe performance loss, failed to allocate shadow. Okay, so spotlight. So it's not liking, so the spotlight right here, so point light 7 over here is getting a little bit too much going on. So I might have to bring this down to like static or something so that doesn't cause issues. And then this one is also causing issues, so I might turn that into static as well so that it doesn't cause any problems, because right now it's saying that there's a bunch of issues here with having it dynamic. So let's go and try. So let's just save this right now, save all, and then I'm going to build this out again. I try not to have too many build errors. It just bugs me. So I'm just going to fix that. So right now it's just building. But yeah, so right now it's just basic stuff right now. Nothing too fancy. In the future, when I do another episode, I might go through kind of how I baked this all out. Baking was definitely like the hard part of this whole thing. So that's why it's so useful to come back and work in these programs more often, just to kind of refresh your brain how picky some of the baking stuff is, especially if you want really nice bakes. But yeah, I do want to add some more details. Like there's a nice little like RS emblem kind of thing that's here. Hold on, lighting is good, so I might go in and model that, and I still have texture space in these textures that will allow me to actually do it. So yeah, so now I don't have any more errors, which is nice. Sorry, so there we go. So no more errors, the lights are good. So now if I go back to my main camera, there's no more errors now. The car is now definitely not lit as nicely as I'd like it, so I might have to go in, and because right now it's like pointing at a different area, so maybe something like that might be nicer, kind of give it that nice little look. And then this one, I think this one is now, is this one, no, this one's still stationary. I'm going to move this one a little bit more forward to kind of give it a little bit of that nice fill light. And then I'm going to rebuild again, like lighting and stuff like that. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time, lots of effort to make it actually look good. So, but yeah, so I think next week, let's go to content here. When you see the next live episode here, you're gonna notice, where is it? Oh, there it is. Camaro, go to references, and then I'm gonna be doing a few things. So this RS, I think I'm gonna actually model that because I do have texture space to do it. These little details here with the lights, I'm probably gonna do. Creating a steering wheel might be really fun to actually model. So I might be doing that, and then just modeling like the head rests here, because I'm just trying to look at like the angles that I'm gonna be looking at inside this car, and the angle that's most common right now that I'm seeing is not seeing any of these angles. Is something like this is the close, kind of a similar angle to what you're seeing. Right, same with this. It's a very similar angle to what you're seeing inside the inside Unreal. So let's apply this lighting. There we go. No problems. Perfect. That's what I like to see. So with this, let's go to perspective, go to main camera. So I need to see if I want to invest that time into creating the cool interior, because to be honest with you, I have a feeling you're going to see more. You're going to see the rear seats. But again, I don't need to go, maybe I don't need to go super hardcore, right? Because again, they're kind of like inside. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I just want to add little small details because people are going to be able to see this car when I throw it into Marmoset. You're going to be able to see it a little bit more. But yeah, I want to dirty it up a bit. I'm not completely sold on this color either. Not completely sold on this color. So I feel like it's a little bit much. I was trying to go for like complementary colors, like blue and yellow kind of thing, but I don't know. I'm not fully sold on it. The beauty of Substance Painter is the fact that I can just go into car paint here, go to my base car paint texture, and I can just, for fun, just change the color of it, right, to something like that. And then now I can just export this out, and I only need to export out so let's export this out. Cool, and it should update in Unreal. Let's see. So it's re-importing. Yeah, see, so now we have it updated. Now that might be too dark, even though it's like a gunmetal. Might be a tad bit too dark, but even like that, to me already looks a little bit better compared to the blue. Maybe I need to line this up a tad bit more. Maybe we'll go with like something like that. Something like that maybe. Let's see, is that gonna match a little bit more? So these are a bunch of my stencils that I made. Let's see. Yeah, maybe something like that. This is definitely a lot darker. So maybe the darker is nice. Let's try and go in between here. Let's just bring it down just a notch. Just a notch. Okay, let's try that. So now if I export texture, we'll do the same thing. Export just the car matte. Go OK. Unreal will update. I mean, this is the beauty of working on Unreal. So that brightens it up just a tad bit. But if I do something like this, then I might not need to do the interior, right? Let's bump up the glass a little bit, the tinted glass, make it not so black. Right now it's like super black. So let's go with maybe something like that. Maybe add like a little like yellowy hue to it. Maybe not. Maybe something like that. Right? So again, just tweaking things a little bit. So it's going to re-import. There we go. So that definitely looks a lot nicer like that. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So for now, I'm just going to save this currently. Save all. Yep, so that's all saved. So yeah, so let's quickly do a concrete, like just a rough-in of a concrete. So let me close this up. Let's go to references. Let's go to public parking lot. Let's go to my reference here. And this is what I'm aiming for. So this concrete looks kind of similar to this, but it's a little bit darker. No, it's pretty close to that color. So now I just need to figure out how I'm going to put decals on here to create those lines. So I've got to figure that out. And then I'm going to try and put some more decals on here as well. So right now we have this floor. It's using Lambert. This one is concrete. So yeah, so let's go to materials here. So that's like a concrete material. So let's go and create another material, and then we'll call this concrete bear. Okay. Unless there's already a concrete bear. Hold on. Maybe Unreal already has one that I can just use, which would be very nice. So let's go to content. Let's go to floor 01. Let's get rid of the grid so it stops freaking out on me. Let's go to materials, and so they have brick, basic floor. I don't know what basic floor looks like. Basic floor. That looks pretty glossy, so I don't know if I like that. I guess I can take a look at the shader itself. So it's 0.5 metallic. It's definitely like concrete. It's definitely not metallic. So let's close that out. So we don't want that. Brick, clay, cobblestone, concrete grime. That might be okay. Concrete panels, concrete poured. Okay. Concrete poured. What I can do is I can UV scale this up a lot more. I can scale the UVs up. When I definitely have to go take a look at how I do that again. I forgot how to scale up your UVs. Reduction, LOD, light map resolution, auto generation, double-sided geometry, collision, nope, customize, transform, uniform scale, converted scale, thumbnail navigation, mesh, nope. Because this is poured concrete. If I go to UVs, yep. Here, let me just search this up really quickly. UV tile Unreal 4. So offset. Okay, so you just have to, you almost have it. Try connecting node with an add node. Put a constant vector into B. Huh, interesting. Okay, so let's go to so that kind of answers my question, but not really, because I'm looking on how to tile the UVs on the asset itself. UV tile Unreal 4 mesh. I know I've done this before. So why materials not tiling? You can do this by using texture coordinate node and adjusting U and V. Okay, so I do have to do this. I can't do this per asset. So I have to do this per material. So if I go to the material and then large scale tiling, so yeah, so you can do this here. Large scale tiling, so if I go something like this, if I go to, so if I go, let's say 10 or something, and then I go 10, just gonna tile it 10 times. I'm gonna let this save. And then if I, so this is tiling 10 times now? Nope, I don't see this tiling 10 times. Uh-oh. Am I using port? I'm pretty sure I'm using port. Okay, well, let's just turn this back to 1, texture, UVs, pixel with noise, gradient, sample, base color texture sample. So I'd have to like go back and, okay, well for now, would you like to apply changes? Sure. So I guess I had to do that first. I had to close it, apply all the settings, then that works. But what's this? What's going on here? So yeah, so no, we're not going to use this. We're going to create our own concrete tiles. Yeah. What does gravel look like? Eek. Okay, so we're just going to create our own. We're just blocking it out anyways, so not a big deal. So I'm just going to go to, so I'm going to do this, and then that's it. And then that's it for today. So I'm going to go vector constant 3. We're going to drag this into here, or I believe it's 3 left click. Okay, we'll get you that. We're going to select this here. We're going to go for concrete, something like that, probably. Okay, so that's the color. We're going to go to the base color. And then we're going to go to constant. So I'm just going to right click. If you right click on the graph, this comes up. You can select constant. Constant is essentially just a number. So 0 is black, 1 is white. So obviously metallic, it's 0. I'm going to control W to duplicate. And then I'm going to put this as roughness. Roughness, 0 means it's super smooth. Obviously it's not super smooth, it's roughness. I'm going to go like 0.8, let's say, for the roughness. And this will be our concrete bare material. Just saving it, it's taking its time. I'm going to floor. I'm going to apply, was it concrete bare? I think I called it. So concrete bare. So that's going to be the texture. Save as bare, concrete bare. There we go. Cool. So now we have our base concrete as well. So already this is now looking a little bit too dark. So we got to do a balance. We got to figure out what we want to do here. Select. Let's unpilot this. We have to figure out what we want to do. If this is too black or too muted, how are we going to balance things out so it looks a little bit more interesting, etc., etc. Okay, well that's pretty much it for today's episode. Sorry, lots of things I had to like get done, redo, and this, that, and the other, which is super unfortunate. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, follow me on the social medias, Twitter, Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube, all that stuff, and see you guys again next week.